During a drive, experiencing a shaking sensation in your vehicle can be both bothersome and concerning. In addition to being an annoyance, a car that shakes could be an indication of a more serious underlying problem that, if not addressed, could result in expensive repairs or even a breakdown of the vehicle itself. Several potential factors could be causing your vehicle to shake when you're driving. These causes can range from relatively small issues, such as tires that are not balanced, to more serious issues such as engine misfires. In this video, we will discuss the 6 most prevalent causes of your vehicle shaking, as well as how to detect the issue and how to remedy it. Tires that are either unbalanced or very worn out. The symptoms include vibrations that occur at specified speeds, often between 50 and 75 miles per hour. Tires that wear unevenly. There is a shaking sensation in the steering wheel when driving at greater speeds. The causes are: there is just one component of your vehicle that comes into direct contact with the road, and that is your tires. Vibrations may be produced by them if they are not in balance, if they are worn, or if they are broken. To explain why: tires that are not balanced. When new tires are mounted, little weights are added to guarantee that the weight is distributed evenly throughout the tire space. Over time, these weights may become dislodged, resulting in an imbalance. In the event that tires are not rotated on a regular basis, it is possible that one side will wear down more quickly than the other, which can result in vibrations. Flat spots. If your vehicle is left idling for extended periods, the tires may develop flat spots, which may result in a difficult transportation experience. To fix this issue, you should take your tires to a tire shop and have them balanced. To guarantee that your tires wear evenly, you should rotate them every 5,000 to 7,500 miles. It is recommended that tires be replaced if they have damaged or abnormally worn treads. Brake rotors that have been warped. Symptoms. The vehicle rattles when the brakes are not applied. If you engage the brakes, you may feel vibrations in the steering wheel or the brake pedal. The stopping power is not uniform. The causes are: when you press down on the brake pedal, the brake rotors are the ones that are responsible for slowing down your vehicle. They might get bent over time as a result of having been subjected to severe heat and wear, which means that they are no longer exactly flat. As a result, vibrations are produced throughout the braking process because the brake pads have a difficult time making even contact with the rotor. Fix. Resurface machine the rotors if they are slightly bent and yet within the specific parameters of the specification. If the rotors are extremely deformed or abnormally thin, they should be replaced. If you want to ensure that your brakes are smooth, you should always replace the brake pads when you install new rotors. Engine mounts that are not up to par. Symptoms. The vehicle rattles when it is idling, although it becomes smoother when it is moving at greater speeds. The engine moves about excessively when the ratios are being changed. When the vehicle is accelerating or decelerating, there is a noticeable clunk. The causes are: mounts for the engine are components made of rubber and metal that are used to secure the engine to the frame of the vehicle. They are responsible for absorbing vibrations that come from the engine and preventing those vibrations from being transmitted to the cabin. It is possible for these mounts to become worn out or broken over time, which would allow the engine to move about excessively and create shaking. Inspect the engine mounts for any noticeable cracks, leaks, or corrosion. Make the necessary repairs. Replace worn-out engine mounts with the original equipment manufacturer OEM or high-quality aftermarket mounts. Issues with the steering or suspension of the vehicle. The following are symptoms. The vehicle rattles when it is driven over bumps. Vibrations can be felt in the steering wheel when slowing down. Steering that is either loose or unresponsive. Causes: your car's suspension and steering components, tie rods, ball joints, control arms, etc. Keep your wheels stable. In the event that any of these components get worn out or loose, they have the potential to manifest as vibrations and steering instability. Typical suspension problems that result in shaking include worn tie rods, which are the components that are accountable for connecting the steering rack to the wheels. Loose ball joints are what make it possible for the wheels to go up and down without any jerkiness. Road vibrations and shocks can be absorbed by the control arm bushings that are worn on the vehicle. Fix. Check the tie rods, ball joints, and control arms to see if there is an excessive amount of play or wear. Ensure that any suspension components that are damaged or loose are replaced. Following the replacement of any suspension components, you should have your wheels aligned. Problems with the CV axles or drive shafts that are unreliable. The acceleration causes a rise in vibrations, which is one of the symptoms. When rotating, sounds like clicking or clunking can be heard. While the throttle is used, the car shakes more, but while it is coasting, the shaking is reduced. The CV axles, also known as constant velocity axles, are responsible for transferring power from the transmission to the wheels in front-wheel drive vehicles, while the drive shaft is responsible for the same function in rear-wheel drive vehicles. These components have the potential to produce shaking if they are worn out, bent, or imbalanced from time to time. Here are examples of common problems. Worn CV joints. Protective rubber boots fracture, which allows dirt to enter and wears down the joint. The drive shaft may become unbalanced for a number of reasons, including the absence of counterweights or damage caused by road debris. Fix. Evaluate the CV axle boots to determine whether they have any tears, grease leaks, or excessive play. When turning, if the CV axle is making a clicking sound, it should be replaced. It is important to check the drive shaft for any signs of damage or missing weights. It is recommended that the drive shaft be replaced or rebalanced if it is bent or it is out of balance. Problems with the fuel system or internal engine misfire. One of the symptoms is that the vehicle shakes when it is being accelerated. It appears that the check engine light CEL is on, a decrease in power or complication. The reason for this is that for your engine to function properly, it needs a specific combination of fuel, air, and spark. If any of these are damaged, the engine may misfire, which may result in vibrations. Here are some of the most common reasons why engines fail to start. Spark plugs or ignition coils that are faulty. Spark plugs that are worn out cause incomplete combustion. Gasoline injectors that are dirty or clogged correctly restrict the supply of gasoline. A malfunctioning mass airflow sensor, MAF, might have an impact on the air-fuel mixture. In order to fix the issue, you should make use of an OBD2 scanner to look for fault codes such as P0300, P0301, and so on. In the event that the spark plugs and ignition coils are worn out or old, they should be replaced. If the fuel injectors are clogged, you should either clean them or replace them. If you have reason to believe that the MAF sensor is defective, you should either clean it with an MAF sensor cleaner or replace it. Some closing remarks. Vehicle vibrations can be brought on by a wide variety of factors, ranging from tires that are not balanced to significant engine problems. The first thing you should do if your vehicle shakes while you are driving is to determine the source of the vibration. This might be when the vibration occurs at high speeds, when you are braking, or when the vehicle is idle. The following is a concise troubleshooting guide. Does the vehicle shake when traveling at high speeds? Check the tires and wheels. Do you experience tremors when applying the brakes? Make sure you inspect the brake rotors. It is possible to prevent further damage and ensure a ride that is both smoother and safer if you diagnose the problem early on and make the necessary repairs as soon as possible. Taking your vehicle to a reputable technician for a professional inspection is the best course of action if you are uncertain about any of these fixes. It is important to drive safely.